You see me now, the victim of the January OGL wars. What's up, nerds? It's 8:37 in the morning on here, the first day of September in the year of our Lord Steve the Cat 2023. It is about 74 degrees and hazy here at Site B, and it is I, the dulcet sounds of the golden voice of the OGGM. It's Friday, and on Friday we look at all the victims and victors of the January 2023 OGL war. It has now been January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 8 months. Who is currently the number one contender to actually have a product available by the time 2024 D&D comes out sometime in 2024? Mind you, we still don't have a date. All right, let's see what's new with Tales from the Valiant since the last time we checked. We know the questionable history of Tales from the Valiant, what they claimed that they were doing, what they actually ended up doing are two different things. The alpha release is still currently available for $29. What's the difference between an alpha release and a quick start, and where things stand in the playtest? Well, the alpha release contains everything that's been playtested first round so far. We're up to playtest number 5. It is not the complete game because the game is still being written and playtested. The Kickstarter has closed, but you can still bid on it. We have some example characters, but whatever's coming out in 2024 will not look like the alpha release. There will be changes. We don't know what those changes are, but they're going to be changed. So you can get the alpha release now and be surprised when 2024 Tales from the Valiant comes out for like $107. Or you could wait. I'd highly recommend waiting, depending upon when Kobold Press decides to put this thing out. How close to the release date of 2024 D&D do they want to be? How competitive do they want to be? Do they have a chance? So right now, yeah, still the general feeling about Tales from the Valiant is not that positive. I know there's a lot of people who backed it. I know there's still some excitement. People still tell me that they are excited about it. But let's face it, I don't know if it's the number one contender. I'm going to say it's the number 2 contender. Moving on to C7d20. Oh, still no news. Yeah, Crucible 7 said they were going to be doing a D20 retro clone 5E to compete with 6th edition. And so far, nothing. In fact, they haven't updated their blog since September 1st. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, yes. They're looking for writers for the Laundry role-playing game, which is their occult investigation role-playing game. Before that, August 31st, they said they were looking for people to work on the Laundry. Before that, they said they were going to have a summer sale for all their products. If you're wondering how many products they have, not that many. They do the Doctor Who role-playing game, and they do some Warhammer stuff. Yeah, so stuff is happening for the Laundry, but not for C7d20. So let's move on. All right, Matt Colville Productions and their role-playing game, which last time we checked was called Fantasy Cinematic Roleplay. Looks more like this is going to be a updated, modified retro clone of 4th edition, since movement apparently plays a huge factor in this game than it is 5th edition. Maybe a little long overdue love for 4E, because, I'm probably one of the 5 people on Earth who actually enjoyed 4E, but that's a topic for a whole separate video. But yeah, other than that, no changes to the webpage since, for a while. He does talk about the game he's working on his alternate site. He's got the Matt Colville site and the Matt Colville DM site, and he's talking about the alternate game. Excuse me, on the Matt Colville DM site. But other than that, yeah, not much going on with that one. We know it's being play tested. It's being run. People who have seen it say it's good. There's a lot of excitement about it. There's a lot of, if this comes out, this is going to be the winner. mean, let's face it, every time Matt Colville makes something, he knocks it out of the park. He's consistently in the $1 million club on Kickstarter. So really, it's just when it comes out and how he competes with it. Where would I place him with, Dungeons and Dragons being the universal title holder? I don't know. I mean, it's a very crunchy game from what I've seen, which is sort of might put off the 5e fan base, though. Let's face it, the number one complaint about 5e is it's way more complicated than you told us it was going to be. So I don't know, maybe it'll appeal to the 5e fan base. Lord knows his name has the appeal. Lord knows whenever he kickstarts something, he knocks it out of the park. Where would I put it in the top 10, top 5? It's definitely in the top 5. I don't know if it's in the top 3. Right now, I'd kind of put it below Tales for the Valiant. So yeah, it has a chance depending upon when it comes out. Now moving on to the Dark Horse, the People's Champion, the Underdog, my nomination for the number one contender, but so far still in the mid-card vortex, the Chadd Gable of 5e Retro Clones, Level Up Advanced 5e. It is still going out there. They're still making stuff. They've got, new articles, new encounters, new product. They've got the Level Up starter box coming out sometime soon. So if you haven't gotten on the Level Up 5e bandwagon yet, this will be a good time to get on it. So yes, this is my Chadd Gable. As you know, this is my underdog, my dark horse. He's been stuck in the mid-card vortex, but let's face it, nothing bad happened to this company in January. They just continued to make product. They weren't involved in the controversy at all. I'm sure some people have some not nice things to say about them because of their political leanings and, using pronouns, but who cares? All that matters is the quality of the product. I've heard from people who've played it. It is really good. So yeah, this is my underdog. This is the guy who I think is going to come out of nowhere and take the belt if they play it right. All right, moving on to finally, the only winner. Now, I got in trouble for this yesterday. Apparently, I am a hypocrite. And my answer is, yeah. The number one contender, the Shadow Champion, Shadowdark, the only success story to come out of the January OGL. A ton of people are making support for Shadowdark. It's still getting good press. The people who hate it, hate it. The people who love it, love it. The people in the middle who just like talking about it. It's a very polarized role-playing game. Kelsey is very polarized. There's either people who 100% support her or people who 100% can't stand her and think this is just a joke and they don't understand why it's so popular. There's the people who are obviously jealous of Shadowdark. I mean, even people who supported her that then turned on her. So yeah. And when it comes to controversy and generating heat, there's no question she's the number one contender. Right now, it's the number one contender because nobody else has really made anything other than Level Up 5e to get that attention, So, but Shadowdark isn't a 5e. It's a combination of AD&D and 5e. So, but yeah, and she's got a lot of support. A lot of people are making stuff for it, but you could say that they're making stuff for it because it's a flash in the pan and they're clout chasing off of her clout. And she doesn't really have the wherewithal compared to people who have been in the industry for a long, long time, even though, she was gaming with people from Gygax's crowd and she's been doing this for longer than 5 years, but yeah, whatever. So apparently I'm a hypocrite because I said I was going to support her, but there was other people I wasn't going to support. And I'm like, well, yeah, I am a hypocrite. And yeah, of course I would support her because she's my friend. And I did support her. It doesn't mean I like the game. I notice I'm not playing it, running it, or reviewing it. And tell you what, if you make a game and you're somebody I respect and consider a friend, I'll support your game, even if I never play it. I mean, Shadowdark sits in my shelf with all the other PDFs. I probably will never play it or run it, but still, as of today, she is still the only winner of the OGL Wars, and so that makes her the current #1 contender for the championship currently held by Dungeons & Dragons. But I have high hopes for you, Levelup5E. You're my Chadd Gable. That's it for this week. If you don't know who Chadd Gable is, I'm too bad. Look it up because I'm going to keep using that reference. Till next time, I'm the OGGM, your hypocritical, humble guide to all tabletop role-playing games, news, weather, and general internet clout chasing. I am a white belt scrub DM with no experience, and I'm uneducated and mediocre. But I still love you guys for taking part of the OGGM adventures, and thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you who've subscribed and help support this little channel. Hopefully you will continue to appreciate the nonsense that I do every day. If you do, let me know. If you don't appreciate it, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, looking at you, subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. See you later.